Have you been over focusing on the result and not so much on the process of trading? If this is you, I want to challenge your approach. So stay with me for the next minutes and I'll show you how you can become more process driven, not so much focus in results. Most people think that trading is about physical freedom, and it is. You have all these beautiful things. You have control over your time, you have more control over your money, you have no one to tell you what to do. You define your own rules, and you don't have to deal with the bullshit of your team or team colleagues or your boss. So you have tons of physical freedom, and that's awesome. Now, few traders consider the mental freedom, which is a whole different ballgame. So, what is mental freedom? And to clarify this, let's first talk about what is it not about. Mental freedom is not taking a break from the charts and then being with your mind constantly thinking, what is the price doing? What is my trade doing? What could I've been, am I missing some trades? Mental freedom is also not being glued to the charts, desperate for a trade to make a setup and then impulsively enter a trade just because you need to satisfy that urge. Mental freedom is also not about managing a trade and see price retracing and desperately closing your trade because you want to secure profits. And mental freedom is also not about trading under heightened anxiety, nervousness, pressure to perform, like you're always on edge. Do you currently find yourself in any of these situations? Then you've probably not achieved mental freedom yet. And that's like the in-between step that will then allow you to achieve this physical freedom you so much want. When we talk about mental freedom, we're not talking about the end goal. We're talking about the process, the quality with which you execute, but also your state of mind while you trade. Because that's eventually what's gonna lead you to long-term results. Because notice, a winner is empty if you make a trade outside of your strategy. And even if you're able to catch a move, that is empty if you get in with a late entry and then get out with an early exit. So the process actually matters more than the end result. And the way I see it is like a person who won the lottery. Like the person was able to get to the end result, but what was the process? What did the person do? It was luck, right? So do you actually admire this person? Yeah, the person was lucky, but like there's no hard work whatsoever that got this person there. It was just a simple game. And this is exactly what happens when you make a poor trade and you get to the outcome. How do you feel about it? And it's important that you ask this question to yourself, because if you feel really good about it, even if you had poor performance, you have this win, you feel really excited, then it tells about your trading maturity. Trading maturity means even if you have a trade that ended up in a winner with poor performance, then you cannot feel that satisfaction. You know something is not correct. You didn't do the effort. And it was mainly luck. There are traders that trade basically thinking of winning the lottery. They want the results without the process. But trading is not a casino, nor the lottery. It's a probabilities game. And these probabilities are your only answer to get you in the long-term side of things, to get you this probabilistic mindset and this mental freedom. Because eventually mental freedom is knowing that the probabilities are there in a long-term sample size of trades, but understanding and accepting the fact that you have no control whatsoever over the short-term results on a trade-by-trade basis. But being acceptant of that and trusting the process. Now, it's important to leave clear that mental freedom is not about trading stress-free. We've seen previously, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that you need some slight discomfort and stress in order to sustain peak performance in your trading. Rather, mental freedom is making peace with what you cannot control, with the uncertainty of the market, with the result of a trade-by-trade basis. Mental freedom is about compassion, acceptance, surrender, and detachment. You're basically engaging with the market in this transactional relationship that Brad Steenbarger actually talks about. So you do your part of the job, you do the process in the short term, and you then give the other part of the job, the results in the short term to the market. And that's it. It's understanding that from the moment you make an entry in the market, then it's the market's job to know where the price is going. And then you act on a purely reactive way. If the market does this, I'll do that. If the market does that, I'll do this. So if you have all the if scenarios planned, then you will be able to achieve this detachment. So that's it, guys. This is the mental shift that I wanted to give you for this week. Consider this mental freedom above the physical freedom. Because even if you're able to get to a very good, profitable month, if you didn't have the mental freedom executing that month, then it becomes an empty result, one that you will not be able to sustain for too long. So focus on developing this mental freedom, and you'll see for sure that the physical freedom will be a matter of time. Peaceful trading, Sara. If you want to read more written by me, I make these deep dives in specific trading struggles, be it overtrading, excitation, lack of confidence, taking profits too early. I cover all these specific challenges and help you sustain peak performance throughout your trading career. So if you're interested, just upgrade to the paid subscription and get me as a trading coach for €7 a month.